coin production. The coin as a means of payment has enjoyed a long history of over 2,500 years. Its appearance in the West occurs in Lydia, around 600 years before Christ. It quickly spread to various Greek cities, only later reaching new locations in the Mediterranean, Eastern Europe, and Asia. With the Roman Empire, the use of coins became widespread. They were made out of different metals and alloys, such as electrum in the earliest coins, gold, silver, and bronze. These metals were extracted from mines, rivers, and natural outcrops, and were subsequently transported, sorted, and transformed for use in coin manufacture. Among the older production processes, coining by hammer striking was the most prevalent from antiquity until the 17th century. To hammer the coin, a cut-out blank was placed between a fixed support, the lower die, and the upper die. This was then struck by a hammer, minting the coin on both sides. This manual process often resulted in irregular pieces, lacking in detail, but also authentic works of art, as is the case with many coins minted in ancient Greece and the Roman Empire. The technological development of the modern era brought new developments to the original striking method of coin production. One of these machines, similar to a guillotine, allowed greater force to be applied and was able to produce thick coins with greater detail. However, it was the screw press invented in the mid-16th century which came into general use for the minting of coins. With this technology, introduced into Portugal in the 17th century, coins were produced with greater precision in shape and detail. The industrialization of coin production received its biggest boost with the Industrial Revolution in the late 18th century, with the invention of steam engines and later machines driven by electricity. Today, coins continue to be minted using industrial technological methods based on a series of sequential phases, a practice followed by major international minting houses, including the Casa da Moeda de Lisboa. This coin workshop operated in different locations around the city, including the premises of the Palace of Ribeira, where later on the headquarters of the Banco de Portugal were installed. At the heart of the production system lies the creative design conceived by an artist. The national faces of the euro coins minted in Portugal were designed by the sculptor Vítor Santos, who chose for a design 3 of the royal seals of Dom Alfonso Henriques, the first king of Portugal. After the artwork is finalized, the design is reproduced as a plaster sculpture about 30 centimeters in diameter, which is embossed with extreme accuracy. At this point, the digital processing of the plaster begins, resulting in an image file created from the original template, using a 3-dimensional scanner. This 3D image is finalized on the computer by a technician and converted into an engraving file, which is sent to a CNC milling machine that produces a master die the same size as the final coin, but in negative impression. Then, engravers do further work on the detail of the relief. Since the master die is a unique piece, it has to be replicated with the help of the hydraulic press, giving rise first to the hub and then to the working die. This machine, which applies a force of up to 1,200 tons, stamps the surfaces of the master die onto a piece of soft steel. The piece obtained, the hub, is identical to the master die, except that the image is now in relief or positive form. To obtain the negative impression again, the hydraulic press stamps the surface of the hub onto another piece of soft steel, originating the working die. The process of industrial coin minting finally begins with the minting dies hardened to 1000 degrees Celsius. and with metal blanks of the appropriate size for each denomination of coin. The dies are placed in mechanical presses and function through the interior of another piece, the collar, where the blank which will produce the coin is introduced. The edge of the coin is then simultaneously formed. The production capacity of the presses can reach 850 units per minute. After being minted, the coins are packed, weighed, and then stored in special wooden containers. All stages of coin production, from the design, manufacture, packaging, including the material used in the process, are subjected to a rigorous quality control that guarantees the highest levels of excellence. Once produced, the coins are delivered to the Banco de Portugal, the institution responsible for putting them into circulation.